Now I am going to talk about Thor: The Dark World. Thor: The Dark World is a 2013 film. It's directed by Alan Taylor, and this is a sequel to Thor. This is the 8th installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man 3 being the 7th, and the Avengers 1 being the 6th installment in the MCUs. And the plot of this movie is that in ancient times the gods of Asgard fought and they won a war against the evil race known as the Dark Elves. The survivors were neutralized and their ultimate weapon, the Aes was buried in a secret location. Hundreds of years later, Jane Foster finds the Aether and becomes his host, forcing Thor to bring her to Asgard before a dark elf, Malekith, captures her and uses the weapon to destroy the 9 realms, including Earth. That's a very interesting plot when you think of it. So, my thoughts on the film is Thor: The Dark World. I think this one is very well done. This is my favorite of the Thor trilogy of films. I think that this movie has a lot going for it. And yes, this is also the first film in the Thor series not to be distributed by Paramount Pictures. So, now, the acting in this movie is good again. You have Chris Hemsworth coming back as Thor, and he is in more awesomeness this time around. He plays the character so great, so awesome, so fantastic. You gotta like him as this character. I bought him as Thor, especially after that fight they had in New York City in the Avengers. And, yeah. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. He's probably the best thing about the film. I don't think he takes the humor a little bit too far, because this movie is a little on the dark side. But again, Tom Hiddleston is there when you need him, and that's what I appreciate. Jaimie Alexander, also in this movie, is one of the people in Thor's world. She was also very great. She had a great majority of screen time. Anthony Hopkins as Odin, I thought he was very amazing, and I thought that he did great, but he gets killed off. Him and Rene Russo as Frigga, who also does great. Natalie Portman as Dr. Jane Foster, again, I see the build up with her and Thor's relationship. I think the relationship works well, and her performance here is even more believable. Idris Elba as Heimdall, I thought he was very great. And Christopher Eccleston as Malekith. I'm not saying this villain was horrible, but my only problem with him is that his motivation, he almost makes little to no sense. Yeah, that's basically how I can sum him up. The action is there. I did love the action sequences, especially the prologue at the beginning. The humor, again, I said the humor is not taken to a level, it's taken too far. The movie is darker. Brian Tyler's score is also amazing, and especially with the new Marvel logo that they use for this film. You do have a cameo by Captain America in this film, and that cameo is just really special. Really special. I thought is really good. That cameo was needed for this movie. I think that he was great. Chris Evans with his cameo. And you do get some awesome action pieces, great visual effects, good story. The story is not the least bit coherent, but it's not confusing. But yeah, anyways, I do like Thor: The Dark World. I think is one of the MCU's most underrated movies. Yeah. So I'm gonna give this one an Epictastic because this movie is an Epictastic movie at its best. It has great action, great visual effects, the awesome performances of Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Tom Hiddleston, Anthony Hopkins, and the villain is, yeah, again, his motivation doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but still, I don't think this movie is all that bad.